Hi, Peter. If you would try out your audio visual, that would be great. Thank you.
Checking audio.
Wonderful. We can hear you. Hi, Charlene. If you would go ahead and unmute and try out your video, that would be wonderful.
Hi there.
Wonderful. Hi, Charlene.
How are you?
Good. And Donna, are you able to hear, or are you, I see that you're unmuted, so I just want to see if we can hear you. Unfortunately, we're not able to hear you. And Raphael, I just wanted to let you know that all members of the board, with the exception of Vern, are present at the moment.
Oh, is Todd on the call too?
I'm sorry, what?
Is Todd?
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel terrible. No, Todd is not on the call. I apologize.
Oh, he's there. Todd's here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have a quorum.
If you could wait just one moment. Todd, if you would go ahead and test out your audio and video, please.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can.
All right, good. Man, let me get the video going here. Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't showing. I couldn't see myself on here. So, but it's working now. So.
Hey, Todd.
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Eileen?
Yes, okay. Go right ahead.
All right, so there's something that I need to read now that we are doing the meeting through this platform. So due to the provisions of the governor's executive orders N-25-20 and N-29-20, which suspend certain requirements of the Brown Act, and the order of the health officer of the County of Sonoma to shelter in place to minimize the spread of COVID-19, the SRTVA board will be conducting today's meeting in a virtual setting using the Zoom webinar. The board members and staff are participating from remote locations and practicing appropriate social distancing. Sorry. Members of the public may view and listen to the meeting as noted on the city's website and as noted on the agenda. Members of the public wishing to speak during item 3, public comment, or during our public hearing items will be able to do so by utilizing the raise hand feature, their hand, or pressing *9 on their phone. I thought it was *6, but anyway, they then will be given the ability to address the board. Okay, so thank you. Now I move on to
the roll call.
Oh yes, roll call. If everybody could please announce your name and the organization that you're affiliated with. Thank you.
You know what, Raphael, I'm going to just go through and I'll just confirm who's present. So members Rivero, Anderson, Renteria, and Rumble are all present, as well as Member Calkins. Not present is Vern LaCosta.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now on the agenda, we move on to public comments, and this is a time, an opportunity for members of the public to make public comments.
There are no raised hands at this time.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on quickly to item 3. We have a couple of minutes to approve. We're going to begin with the approval of the draft meeting minutes for our June 18th, 2020 meeting. I'd like to make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay. So all in favor of approving the June 18th, 2020 meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Minutes approved. Following our agenda, item 3.2, it's the approval of draft meeting minutes for our September 24th, 2020 meeting. It was a very brief meeting. And if I could have a motion to approve those minutes, please.
So moved.
Okay. Anyone second?
I'll second.
Okay. Todd? Okay. All those in favor of approving the September 24th, 2020 meeting minutes, say aye.
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 Okay. Thank you. Any opposed? Okay. So minutes approved. Thank you all very much. All right. Moving on down our agenda. Item
Actually,
4.
Raphael, I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you need to just ask for public comments as part of
correct.
your new business. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Any comments, public comments before we move on to the next item?
No, there are no public comments at this time.
All right. Thank you. So moving on to item number 4 on our agenda, new business. We have item 4.4, 2021 budget discussion.
This is Brad. Normally, in a given year, this is when we'd have our full budget. I asked this to be placed on the agenda so that we could have the discussion. As many of you know, fourth quarter payments don't come in until after February, so we do not yet have our finals for the 2020 year. Given the circumstances, that is more of an important factor than it has been in previous years, actual versus estimated. In addition, while the current order was recently lifted, the stay-at-home order, I am not comfortable fully looking at our first quarter until we see that as a sustained availability, and therefore don't have a very good idea of what our budget would be for first quarter of 2021. And therefore would hold off on a final budget until it is my recommendation that we look at the budget again in March. And that would affect items number 5, 5.1 and 5.2 as we can, when we get to them, I can share that and my thoughts on how reviewing those would be impacted by not having a full budget or not ready to go with a full budget based on Q4 of 2020 and Q1 of 2021.
All right, thank you, Brad. Any further discussion? Any public comments?
There are no public comments at this time.
All right, since there are no public comments, we'll move on to, thank you, Brad, by the way. We'll move on to item 5 on our agenda, event support applications. And we'll dive right into item 5.1, application for Country Summer Music Festival.
So with these and per the discussion of item 4.1 with the budget, as many of you know, in the previous meeting, we did hold off on support, not because we wanted to vote to support or not support, but we were unclear of where our revenues would be and what the overall budget would be available for event support. And again, following up with items 4.0, the 4.1, the budget discussion, still not completely comfortable with what our budget would be and therefore what we would have for the total year of 2021 as far as event support. And also with these events, how certain are we with these events going to happen? If we were to tie up funds and they don't happen, that could impact future decisions. So as staff of VSR, I'm recommending, unfortunately, that we would have to hold off on making any decisions at this point until our March meeting.
I'd support that, Brad. I think that in my perspective, it's not a no, it's just a not now kind of a statement, right? Because, who knows if we're going to have events in June. These are great events. There's no comment about that at all. But there's just so much uncertainty around June right now that it'd certainly make me a little bit more comfortable if we held off just a little bit longer to try to get some clarity about what the future holds.
I would be in favor of that as well. According to the application, it looks like he wants to use the funds for marketing. And I don't think delaying it until March or later would really affect what they want to use the funds for anyways. I don't see them promoting Country Summer in February. So I think we would be okay to postpone.
All right, so is that a motion on the floor to hold off and then revisit in March?
So
I'll make a
moved.
motion to hold off until March and revisit at that point.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor to hold off? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, any further comments or comments from the general public, please?
There are no raised hands at this time.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item 5.2 and similar situation here. And I do recall that in September, we took a vote to hold this off as well. So this item is the Rock and Revelry Music Festival application for event support. Brett, any comment?
Exact same conversation we had for 5.1.
Okay,
I'd make the motion to push this one to our future meeting, our
okay.
next meeting.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, any opposed? Okay, any further discussion? Any public comments?
There are no hands raised at this time.
Excellent, thank you, Eileen. All right, so that leads us to item 0.6, which is adjourning the meeting and meeting adjourned.
I'll second.
All right, I'll see some of you in a little bit at noon, Brad, and good to see you, Todd. Peter, always pleasure. Charlene, Donna, don't see you, but hope you're doing well. And thank you all very much. Have a good day.
Thanks all.
Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.